Hey my ladies and my gents, I'm StevenTocher. On today's episode of our Thoughtful Thursdays, I want to talk to you about my scheduling process. The reason for that is over the past, I'd say a couple years, people have asked me, man, how have you kept up your 50, 60, 70, maybe even 80 hour a week lifestyle? Now, before I go any further, do I think this is a really healthy lifestyle? No, I don't think so. But you have to kind of play with the cards that you're kind of dealt. You have to just do what you can. And the way I've been able to manage it was tons and tons of scheduling. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am not some superhuman. I have to take at least, I'd say, 5 to 20 minutes a day, and sometimes even more on specific days, which I'll get to in a moment, to make sure that I get myself right for the week and ready to go. The first way I do this is with my handy dandy phone here. I have two things on my phone. One is my daily planner, which you can see is constantly very, very stacked. I've got tons and tons of things going on in here all the time. For my family, what I try to do is I try to plan with them, and I try to show the things that my objectives that I need to get done. And so I actually have that on my front door here. As you can see, for instance, basically, as you can see on my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday here, I have things that I try to get done right in the morning, and I kind of partition things up into 2 to 3 hour blocks or chunks. So let's take for Sunday, for instance, I have my church chunk, my rest chunk, which I try to just kind of relax as best as possible, and then I got like ministry planning and other things like that. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are pretty much the same. I have, I go to the gym, I'll do some shooting of some form, or write an article for a social media blog that I'm with, pick my sister up from work, do other types of works. I have grant proposal meetings, and sometimes I'll have, in the evening, I'll have a Bible study, or I'll be editing and trying to catch up there. You can see on the Wednesday, I do predominantly my actual weigh-in Wednesdays. I'll be doing a bunch of paperwork and trying to keep track of everything, and that's not just keep track of everything, but actually I go to the track with a bunch of younger guys and older guys, and La Femme as well. It's not as many La Femme, and I just show them a lot of calisthenic workouts that I do, and I'm not a professional, but I just try to show them what I can do. And Saturday is usually a 20 to 24 hour day for me, so usually it's either ministry and or kind of relaxed time gets flipped back and forth, and I'm usually tutoring in the middle a young dude who's really cool. I'm going to just say his name is Adam. Shout out Adam, and I'll definitely send you that link, my man. And then late at night, like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, before I start my fast, I'll do my uploads and have a little snack. Alright, so on the computer, what I ended up doing over about a good 2 years was compile all the questions that I was having while I was overweight, all the things that I had to deal with, all of the problems, all of the food challenges, the cooking shows, everything, and I actually compiled it into one massive Word document, which I've emailed to myself about 1,000 times as I corrected it, and sent it to other people so they can keep track, because I've literally, as you can, I don't know, you can't see that down here, but I've put 11,222 words into practice just with the scheduling of my 300 to 400 episodes just for this one series here. So as you can see, as I was going through the episodes in my head, I'd write them down, change the timing, except for the weigh-in Wednesdays and, like, for instance, the meal times. And those I just had to schedule in based off of the different weeks that I was doing something. So as you can see with the blue here, these are all episodes now that I've shot a year later, and I've color coordinated it. Now if there's something that's yellow and red, I have to pay attention to that. So in this one, now that it's still only in season 1 right now, in season 2 I have to add on the pull-up videos that I shot a year later. So as you can tell, this is a lot of work that I've put into this series, and it's almost like a massive TV show. Unlike, I think, maybe some people who just kind of post and shoot videos every day, this was calculated for a few years. Now, the last thing I wanted to quickly show you was my notepad. A lot of people may use Google Planner or whatever it might be. I am an old school guy. I like to write things down, and I use my daily planner, and I just plan out the individual things that I have to get done for myself, which is ever changing. And it seems to me that every 3 to 4 weeks, if not every 2, maybe even 2 weeks, my schedule changes drastically. And because I can't really color coordinate my schedule like this, I just kind of write it out, copy and paste where I need to, spend like 10 to 15 minutes a day, and just make my own planner and make my own schedule. And Ladies and gentlemen, the reason for this is because I am also a planner. If you look at something like Myers-Briggs or the personality types, there's some people who are go with the flow and who can become very successful, and some people are planners. For myself, I am a in-depth planner. I'm not that great at executing, and sometimes I can't go with the flow, but I absolutely love planning. So I do take more time than the average person. I do have 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 different ways that I list out my plans and do things, and there's nothing better in my life than crossing off one of those plans, and especially if they mean a success, with a bunch of pictures. But the main reason why I'm doing this video is just to show you that it is not just easy. You don't just get up one morning and you start putting stuff together. It does take a lot of planning, it takes a lot of work, and if you really want to get good at something, it takes a lot of consistent practice. And I honestly, since about the age of 12 or 13, my sister can yay or nay by nodding the camera or saying no. She can say to this that I have been planning like intensely and trying to use every half an hour or hour of the day as much as possible. What do you think, Lisa? Almost to a fault, eh? And this has led me to where I am right now, which at the moment is no real financial gain yet. Nothing really to speak of when it comes to I think monetary value, but I've grown as an artist, I've grown as a man, I've grown in my spiritual walk with God, and I also think I have grown into a person that has been offered managerial positions and has been offered a lot of different things in life, and it is because of the practice I put into organizing my days, my weeks, my months, my years, and even my 5 to 10 years within reason, you know, light plans, things that I think will go well. And in closing, I just want to say that you don't have to do what I'm doing, but just try and make an effort to use your time wisely, because it will help you in the long run. If you have any comments or questions, drop it in the comments section below. If you want to check out anything that pertains to this video, it'll be in the description. Plan well, plan effectively, and try to hit those goals and cross them off as you go. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless. Oh yeah, and if you like what I'm doing, please tweet, tumble, like, share, thumbs up, plus pin, or do whatever you do, and please subscribe.